Hello and welcome to RPG Quest, a podcast where we do not play D&D, where we play one-shots trying out all kinds of different other systems, weird and wonderful. And this week we are continuing our adventures playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. My name is Chris. I am your humble game master, but of course the real stars of the show are our brave adventurers. Say hello, adventurers.
Hello.
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 So we last left our heroes, Rudolf Spurl, the warrior priest, Daisy Doubles, the peasant farmer, Dominique Lefrancois, the bored and nude male model, and of course little Michel Sealer, the seaman, in quite a pickle. You'd all headed up to your room to seek refuge after a long night out on the road and after being attacked by mutants and beastmen. You had a meal, but upon entering your room, the landlord locked you in. And it was shortly after that that one by one, everyone except for Dominique Lefrancois, who did not eat the stew that night, began to collapse, passing out. Rudolf Spurl lay on the bed, Daisy Doubles on the floor, and of course little Michel Sealer as well, passed out, all poisoned, leaving just on their lonesome Dominique Lefrancois. What do you do?
So I can't just slap them and.
I mean, you can slap them silly.
If it makes
Of course you can.
about it.
I'm gonna take a small swig from my flask of spirits that I have just been reminded that I have, and then I am going to. Do I need training to wield the big sword?
This Zweihander?
Yeah.
You don't need training to wield a frying pan.
I'm pretty sure you can. I think you can use it, but yeah, it is something that requires combat training.
Yeah, because I don't think I
do have. Not that I'm meta playing, but on me. So the Zweihander is obvious, but I do have a short sword and a dagger. That would be sort of. One would be hilted and one would be probably in.
Oh yeah, you would see those.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be hidden. I'm
definitely going to take the short sword, and I'm going to go into the. Well, actually, I'm going to arrange everybody on their beds as if they're sleeping normally, and then I'm going to go into the corner behind the door, like where the door would open.
Of course.
Wait, sorry, I put a bunch of pillows in my bed. Obviously.
Awesome.
Make it look like I'm there. The classic.
Yeah, you fooled the ring wraiths.
Works every time. I mean, I'm hoping it's just enough time for me to just absolutely stab the crap out of these guys.
What are you talking about? They're locking us in for safety. It's all legit. They've just given us a nice sleeping.
I'm just gonna give them the safety short sword. That's all. The safety short sword.
You're there for what feels like ages. I mean, half an hour passes. No one's risen.
Just gonna keep waiting.
Cool. And then give me, as you sort of listen, I imagine you're listening out, you've got good hearing, so just give me a perception, just a 0 perception, please.
Ah, I was so close. Wait, what? Why not critical? Oh, because it's a double. No.
Oh, no. As you're trying to sort of squatting and listening, trying to hear what's going on, the door opens. You didn't even hear it unlock. It opens. And do you see the figure of the servant, the one who was mopping the floors in the kitchen earlier with the bulging eyes, sort of step into the room and look around. Give me a stealth roll. Just a challenging stealth roll.
Remember, you have that Hail Mary option as well.
Yeah, super gonna use that. How many of those do I have? Those are... Which one of those?
Resilience, you can just decide the result of a test or decide to succeed, because this is going to be an opposed test. Fortune, you can spend to add a success level or re-roll. So you can roll. We'll roll first.
Okay. What is stealth? I don't have the skill. Is it agility?
Yes.
Damn it.
This is an opposed
47
test.
on a target of 34.
You failed by 1. This is still going to be an opposed perception test.
I think I'm just going to use resilience to...
Well, he rolled a failure of 1 as well. So this is going to be whoever has the highest skill is going to win, being you in this case. So as this guy with the bulging eyes enters and looks around the room, he kind of almost looks at you, and then Daisy does a little and he sort of smiles and begins shuffling towards the beds and doesn't notice you.
Is there anyone else? Is it just him?
Just him.
I think I'm just going ham. I'm just stabbing in the back.
Fuck yeah!
Just going ham. I don't fuck around. Like,
I mean, now's not the time.
An hour.
I deal with seedy folks. Like, you don't poison and drug people to, say hi.
They're giving us a nice sleeping draft.
Yeah, it might be a soup massager kind of thing. No?
Yeah, no.
Now, I will say that this is going to be... Doesn't seem to be a combat difficulty for attacking someone, if you're sort of from being hidden. But there is for attacking for someone who's engaged from the sides or rear. So I imagine if you're sneaking up to attack this guy in the back, we will add that to it, which will make it an average difficulty as you go to try and stab this guy in the back.
Okay, so I can use my shenanigans, fortune, whatever it is, resilience, after I roll that, right? If I have to?
If you have to, you can. Cool. Absolutely.
That should also be renamed shenanigans, so I like that.
All 4 of them are just shenanigans. Okay, so average, you said?
Yes, you get a plus 20, so average as you sort of step out of the dark.
My new bike. Oh my god. 88 on a target of 57. I am going to use shenanigans.
I'm going to roll for him first. Let's just see.
Oh, fair enough.
But yes, probably a good idea.
God. Yep, that seems bad.
Roll a 5 on his dodge.
Rude. Okay, so in an opposed test, I always win by at least 1 success level, so I will use, I suppose, resilience. I will not fail.
Amazing. So you do, even though he goes to sort of jump out of the way, you take an extra little lunge forward and with Rudolf Spurl's short sword, you stab it into this guy's side and push it in. So you're going to deal, so you succeed by 1 success level, so you're going to deal 7 plus 1, so 8 points of damage. This guy's not wearing armor, he's just wearing the rags of a servant as you drive the sword in. He's got a toughness of 3, so he's going to absorb 3 points, meaning you deal him 5 wounds.
To his right arm.
To his right arm. So he goes, ah! And you see he turns to you and he just hisses. And he pulls out a club. Actually, no. I'm going to say he bites you.
You can try.
Also, keep in mind your average ticks up as well. So your advantage ticks up after that success.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So he goes to bite you. That is a success level of 2.
Okay, so I've completely forgotten what shields do.
Shields.
I have a buckler. Shield 1.
So shields, if you want to oppose an incoming attack, so you can use your weapon skill to oppose the attack using the shield. You can use the shield to oppose the attack. And then you count also as having armor points on your body as well. So armor points being, they'll absorb some of the damage as well. Because he is going to bite your right arm.
I think it's challenging or average.
Challenging.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
93.
Jesus, it's a failure of 5, so -5. He got his 2 success levels, so he's going to deal you 7 plus 2 and -5. So it's going to be 7 plus 7.
Yeah.
14 points.
I'm gonna use resilience. I've got 2 left. I'm gonna use another one.
Oh, nice. I was going to say, it will get absorbed by your toughness and then your armor, being the buckler, which is fine. But yes, let's. If you want to use your resilience to say you succeed.
I'm going to use the resilience to succeed by 1.
Nice. So as he goes to bite you, you throw up your buckler, and he can't do it. Add another advantage. That's a success. It is your turn.
I am swinging away, Meryl. Short sword. Yeah.
Ooh. Impressive success.
I got a 7.
Nice. So it's a +5 success level.
Nicely done.
He is going to our friend Fagor with the bulging eyes. Is going to attempt to jump out of the way.
Yeah.
Amazing. So
78. Impressive.
oh my god, yeah, 78. The target was 30, so it's a -4 failure with your -5. So that's a 9 plus 7. So you're going to deal 16 wounds, 3 of which will get absorbed by his toughness, meaning you're going to deal 13 wounds, which I will say right now is far more than he has. The hit location is...
Boy's got some moves.
Nice.
All he has to do is steal some things and hide.
The shame no one witnessed this.
Yeah.
As this
so
mutant...
I kind of want to just stab him right through the heart.
Yeah. As this mutant goes to, turn to bite you, you throw your buckler up right in front of his face and he can't get you, and then you just, with Rudolph's blessed short sword, just drive the short sword, piercing his chest all the way in through his heart. Just dig it deeper and deeper until finally the biting and gnawing stops and you just feel the weight of this body collapse.
Just before he starts to collapse, I'm going to give it a twist. I'm going to look around, going to try and see if I can hear anybody else or if anybody else noticed what was going on.
Another perception, just challenging.
No chance that all of this ruckus would have disturbed us unconscious, drugged out bodies at all, would it?
You wish. Impossible.
49.
Impossible to say. You don't hear anything, but who knows? But you just hear another crack of lightning off in the distance.
Does he have the key on him?
As you search his body, he does have keys on him. There's a whole chain of ring of keys.
Does this door lock from the inside?
This door does look from the inside, yes.
I'm going to very slowly close the door as quietly as possible and then lock it.
Bagor's body in with you.
No, I'm going to throw that out the window after I take everything that he owns.
Okay. I assume door first.
I'm going to fully loot him.
Beautiful. Funnily enough, the only thing he had on him other than his little club weapon was a ring of keys. But you take that, you pocket that. You can take his hand weapon as well, if you like.
I will.
Oh, and actually,
yeah, I'll keep that.
You do find a little vial with some liquid in it.
Do I recognize it?
You recognize it. It's Kurt's poison.
Pocket that.
You lock the door.
Wait, poison or drugs?
Well, poison is in poison that knocks you out. Kurt's is a poison that knocks you unconscious, yes.
Okay. How much of it is there?
It looks like roll. Looks like 2 doses. So enough to make 2 people drowsy or knock 1 person unconscious, should they consume it. But it takes about an hour, or it takes a couple of minutes to take effect.
I'm going to, after I close and lock the door, take all his stuff, I'm going to, as quietly as possible, open the window. I'm going to put his body on the windowsill, and then at the next peal of thunder, toss it out the window.
So, like, try and time it as the thunder rolls in to push his body out.
Yeah, so because we're on the second floor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so hopefully the thump is at the same time as the thunder.
What skill is that? I'll say an agility-based skill. Get the timing right, or an intelligence. You decide.
Not great at either of those. Let's go with intelligence, I suppose.
Wonderful.
Average or challenging?
Challenging.
Oh my god.
You push the body out. You hear the lightning go off, and then you hear this huge thud of the body slamming into the mud, like, a good second after the thunder rolls in. Hopefully no one's heard that.
I did my best. Just close the window. And I guess I just stay up. I'm not going to bed.
Yeah.
Not in this crazy house.
I will say this. You have this incredibly useful feat, which is your amazing hearing. So after a few minutes, you do hear screaming coming from downstairs. You can give me a perception to try and discern what's happening. Dominique, I will say that is an average.
Nope. 95. What is the average of my rolls? It has to be brutal.
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
God. Okay. Well, I mean, I hear the scream, right?
You hear screams,
I just don't know
but you just don't know what's happening. And you hear some smashing, and then you hear some bursting of wood, and then...
Yeah, I'm just smacking my friends, trying to get them away.
And then you feel the ground shake slightly.
That's no bueno.
And then you see a very strange kind of glow that you can just make from outside the window. It's almost pink and blue.
Can if I'm standing by the window, I can see, like, what, into the yard?
Oh yeah, if you move closer to the window, you can see the yard. But you just from the corner of your eye, so it's light. This weird pink and blue light has been cast up along the wall of the inn, and you can just make out a soft glow from where you are in this room, coming from the window, coming from the yard.
I'm going to, as quietly and slowly as possible, try to look out the window, but, like, from a very sharp angle.
Mm-hmm. Give me a. This will be a stealth and agility, but I will say it's very easy on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, a crit as well.
33.
Beautiful.
Second 33. One was good. One not so much.
You managed to make it all the way up to the side of the window and peer down just in time to see Hans in the yard fall in the mud and turn and try and draw his sword and begin waving it. And you see this ball of blue and green skulls and arms sort of, spinning around each other. This demon, it has rubbery hide and claws. And you see this, like, pink and blue magic with screaming faces kind of shifting around it as it moves in above Hans, lifts its claws up, swipes down, and rends his guts from his chest. And almost as though it consumes his soul, it breathes in and then moves out of the yard and off into the night.
Okay, I change my pants and then I try to listen again if there's anything still in the building.
Eerily silent.
Okay. I think I'm still just gonna keep slapping my friends and trying to wake them up. Dominique is thoroughly terrified.
Time passes. It's a full hour. If you just remain in this room, it's a full hour before Rudolf and Michel wake up.
Okay. As they start to wake up, I shush them, put my hands over their mouths and go and do the finger to my lips thing. And then very quietly say, "We are in deep shit. Don't make a sound. There was a demon outside. It killed Hans. There was a demon man in here, mutant. I stabbed him, I swear. And then I threw him out the window. I think if we just wait, we might live." I'm sorry for using your short sword. Here you go. I cleaned it by wiping it on your clothes because I'm not going to wipe it on mine, obviously. And okay, what do you guys think?
I push the sword back to Dominique and be like, hold it close as I grab to reach for my Zweihander and pull it up and look to check to see how the others are doing.
Daisy is still asleep.
I look into the eyes of Dominique to see if he's lying, but I assume he's petrified.
Yeah, he's terrifying. He's probably visibly shaking.
I'm like, the bigger the demon, son, the harder it shall fall.
I don't think you understand. It's really bad looking. It moved into the forest. I don't know where. I don't think we should leave.
Yeah, not sure I'm allowed to let a demon just walk around.
If
Seems
you
like
want
the
to
opposite
hit,
of your job description.
That's true. As a war priest, I'm more concerned about putting things into the ground than fighting them. I think I'll try and rouse the others that are still asleep.
Oh, Michel is awake at this point. Sorry.
Okay, make it. Oh, well, then I'm probably going to go and edge to the window to have a look, see if I can perceive anything.
Sure, yeah. Give me a perception, please. Challenging.
That's a challenging success +3.
Nice. Because you've been passed out for some time before this event happened, all you see in the yard as you look out the window is the body of the servant, like Dominic said, Fagor, as though he was stabbed several times and then thrown out the window. But you also see a little bit up the pathway, Hans and all the entirety of his guts, now external.
It is going to be hard to bury.
Yeah, I'm not sure that should be your concern. I think he is very clearly killed by something maybe even your Zweihander cannot handle.
It may not, but faith pierces deeper than a sword, my young friend.
I respectfully disagree. Sometimes.
We cannot allow these bodies to remain. Rotten fruit on a tree of life cannot be allowed to fester. Can't even touch the ground, for all things that rot corrupt it touches.
But wait until daytime?
We do need strong lads awake.
Good, it's agreed. Okay.
Now, Gov, I don't think that we should be leaving something like that walking around, though. Seems a bit dangerous to me, don't it?
I think there are people whose jobs it is, he says, looking towards the war priest, to do that kind of thing. Certainly not mine.
At this point, Miss Doubles, you begin to rouse.
Was it? Huh? Oh, you're all awake. Oh, vomit in my mouth. Ugh.
Stop.
Ugh.
Stop. Be quiet.
What?
Demons.
Oh, what, have you been talking to that guy? Oh, don't let him fill your head with that religious muck. For the sake of brevity, we could say that you catch Daisy.
Sure.
You catch Daisy up. I will also say this. At this point, the storm seems to have passed, and it's mostly cleared up now. And although the sun hasn't risen, you do just make out the soft, faint kind of chirping of birds, signaling that it's probably only a few hours before the sun will rise from this point now.
Priest, how do those demons do in the sunlight? They disappear or something, like shadows, or...
Don't ask me, I have no idea. I look at the war priest.
Heresy cannot hide itself, even in the daylight. But I have not seen many demons in the light. But now the sun that is rising, it is a good omen. Sigma watches us now. Yes,
Okay, well, I'm
yes,
done saving the day, so if you guys want to take over, that's wonderful. Just to be clear, I did save all of your lives just now.
Or just, and hear me out here,
Back.
we could just jump on the horses that are in the stables, yeah? And ride like there's a demon behind us.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I was a bit on the nose, but I was subtly trying to hint that.
I'm in agreement.
Heartily slaps Dominique on the back, just be like, still didn't know you had it in ya. How did it feel? Doing something with your hands.
To be fair, it felt disgusting, and I don't recommend it.
Well, that's life for you, isn't it?
Not mine.
Daisy will see if she can open up the windows and have a look down, see if there's any any the way the structure's built, anything to sort of climb down, or windows will open at all. Assume there are windows.
There are windows, of course, although climbing down, this would be extremely difficult. There's not really any sort of clear way to do it. Even that little ledge under the window that you might be able to put your feet on is still a good 20 feet up in the air. And it's it's kind of like a little break in the bricks that sticks out maybe, 2 inches. So it's not exactly a way to climb down. Although I'll remind you that
We'll leave that as
the inn is eerily silent as well at this point.
Should check on our hosts.
Lead the way.
I check. I assume the door opens, or it is open. I'm not sure.
Dominic locked and closed and locked the door to the room, so you guys are currently locked in.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
Although he has a chain of keys.
I start trying the keys one by one.
Yeah, after a few goes, you find the one that unlocks the door.
I would be scrupulously testing and staring at him if he has seen a demon, silently judging him and seeing if he's acting a bit differently.
I think he's shook, but he's not, as far as I know. I mean, mechanically speaking, who knows?
He's a little bit
Do I have
a little bit pale.
some sort of corruption.
There is fear when certain things will give you fear, but that's usually, you weren't going to approach this thing anyway. The mechanical effect of that is you roll you make a cool check to see how much these monsters have scared you and whether or not you have the bravery required to approach an attack. But seeing as you were holed up in the room in the dark, hiding, watching on, I figured we wouldn't need to roll a fear check or a cool check.
Yeah, no, I super was not going
generally
anywhere near it.
Anyone that has sort of been anywhere near it, so it's they're always superstitious.
Yeah, yes. You try to see if he now has spider legs or any other mutations from witnessing this aberration. But you get the door open, Dominique, and I imagine you probably open it gently, and again, it's nothing but silence from the interior of the inn.
I got short sword and buckler out, and I am also not going first.
Yeah, I'll head down. I have this Viander clutch with one arm braced, but not like hold out, just sort of like as leading myself forward with it, using it to sort of propel myself forward as I head down.
Nice. Are you heading straight down to the lower levels? There are the other rooms up on this level as well.
Yeah, unless inspired upon, if I don't hear anything, I think I'd be more nervous that it's so quiet. I'll go to see what the main room's doing. But if we're passing a room, I would open it.
You're going to pass the doorway to every single room as you walk down the hall, back down to the stairs downstairs. But you hear nothing coming from within them.
I hold the keys up and just kind of look questioningly at the group.
He just kind of shrugs and is like, if they tried to kill us, screw the bastards. Take anything we can.
All nods from Dominique. He's down. Fuck these guys.
Nice. The first door that you open up is a very nice room, one double bed and a fireplace. This is clearly the landlord's room, although no one is in here. And a search turns up a nice amount of money for all of you, actually, as you find a nice little sack of shillings.
Okay. Pocket that. Or spread it around, whatever.
I won't take any possessions are temporary, but I will have a look around to see if there's any. There's no.
All right, you just enjoy those coins for now, yeah, and we'll have another game of cards afterwards at some point.
Yes, fate has a funny way of taking what we earn.
All's fair, all's fair.
The second room you pass, I assume you unlock it. This is a guest bedroom. As you open it, there are 2 single beds, and although the room is empty, the sheets on the beds are blood-stained, and there are bedclothes scattered around the room. It's pretty clear the occupants were stabbed and dragged from their beds.
Dominique just whispers, "You're welcome."
This is a much drier room. We could have stayed in here. Just as blood-stained as the rest of the place.
It's at this point you realize that the hallway has no carpeting, not because it never had carpeting, but because as you see the blood stains that were dragged, like that stained the carpet of this room, as bodies were clearly dragged out and into the hallway, someone has come along afterwards and ripped up the carpet because they couldn't clean it.
That's next level serial killer.
It's a sound reasoning when you think about it.
It's not good for guests.
The next room is exactly the same scene.
Being a pattern here.
Thanks for not eating your soup.
Yeah, no shit.
And the third room is empty and unremarkable.
Again, another perfectly much drier room.
Sorry, the fourth room.
The guy was a dick.
Yeah, I'm glad he's dead.
And as you head downstairs, the stairs lead back down into the bar room, the inn and bar room. It is very empty. But you notice that trap door behind the bar is open.
Down to listen to see if she can hear anything from downstairs. Or from down under the trapdoor, I should say.
Yeah, of course. Give me an easy perception.
Sure.
Ooh.
Oh, impressive success.
As you sort of kneel down and listen down this trapdoor, you hear a very faint from down there.
Gross.
So there's definitely someone down there. I don't know how good a condition they are. I don't know whether they're a victim or a victee.
Civilian in distress is in need of our help.
There's a ladder.
Could be another trap, you know.
Very well could be, but
no, it's stairs. It's stairs leading down. It's the trapdoor. The stairs that lead down to the cellar of like underneath the bar.
Yep.
Yes.
looking around this, like, behind the counter, I imagine, area where we are, is there, like, any weaponry to hand? Like, you know, bludgeoning, guns, etc.?
No. There's a mop.
Something behind the counter. Ah, that's a shame.
Assault rifles.
Shotgun below the bar.
Yeah.
I'll stay with my pan.
Hand grenades.
You know, bazooka,
Oh, yeah.
anti-aircraft rifle, anything.
Your standard tavern stuff.
Alright, yep. Daisy wielding her cast iron pan, making sure it's handy. Will,
Oh yeah, we're going
start
down.
heavily making her way down the stairs.
As you head.
Actually, because I'm so impressed with how Daisy has been fighting, would let her lead.
Yeah, she's got a lot of commanding presence about her, Daisy.
You gladly
Like, simple
follow.
but strong.
Gladly follow Daisy into
You,
battle.
like, Yeah, definitely.
As you sort of walk down into the cellar, it is dark. There's no lights here. Does anyone have any torches or anything like that?
I have 2 candles and 5 matches.
Ooh, there you go. You boys got the skills and the equipment.
I hand the candles and matches to you guys. I'm not going down.
The skills, the equipment, but not the balls.
Brave Sir Dominique Lefrancois.
Again, you're welcome.
Thanks, Gav. I'll take it from you then. Bloody.
There you go. A couple of candles between us.
Was there no lanterns in the tavern proper?
Oh, yeah. If you head back up, you can just grab a lantern.
Oh yeah, I'll just walk up and grab one of those because I feel like
Yeah,
the candle
sorry.
can get blown out.
Yes. You walk back into the main part of the inn room and light one of these oil lamps and head back down, illuminating the cellar. And as you sort of step down, shining this light, the cellar appears fine. There's barrels of beer, there's bottles of wine and spirits. But as you sort of cast your lamp over, you see a loose paving slab, a very large one that's been lifted to reveal another tunnel.
But this room is entirely empty. There's just another path going down.
Well, yeah, I mean, not empty, but it's full of beer and cellars and stuff. But yeah, there's no one here or no bodies or there doesn't appear to be blood.
Can we hear anything else again now that we're a bit closer?
You just hear that wheezing once more in the tunnel.
Daisy's just gonna kind of haul up, not too loudly, but just sort of like so Dominic can hear. There's another tunnel going down further. I make sure no one comes in. We're going down further.
Okay.
Come if you want.
Beautiful.
Does the trapdoor have a lock on it? Like a key lock?
It does, yes.
And I start testing the keys to see if I have one.
To lock the cellar door, yes. You do. You start testing the keys as Rudolf, Daisy, and Michel head down this little tunnel through the loose paving slab. This next passageway. And you find the key that will lock the cellar door.
Yeah, I think I lock it and then head down.
Oh, cool. Locking yourself into the cellar.
Yeah.
You lock the cellar door, locking you guys in.
I know exactly which key it is. I also whatever I need to do, if I can get it off the key ring, I know exactly which key it is.
Yeah, you can pull it off the key ring. You can just hold it tight in your hands, so you've got the cellar door key at the ready, of course. And do you pick up the pace to catch up with the rest of them?
Yeah. I'll catch up with them.
Beautiful. Daisy.
Terrified in a group, but terrified alone.
Daisy
Exactly.
is the first to head into this tunnel, and then this little tunnel, this little passageway, and as you sort of step down, you crouch and take a few steps through, you come into another room. And as little Michel sort of comes up the rear and casts the full light of the lamp across the room, you see that it is full of bodies, men, women, even a halfling. And some of them are tied and bound to what looks like some weird shrine. One of them, as you look down, doesn't have a face. Instead, for a head, he has just a full skull. And he coughs and looks up at you and goes, as he sort of reaches out to grab your leg. Give me a cool check, please, Daisy. Challenging cool test.
If you can keep the knight's green successes going.
Oh, now you've said it.
Oh,
What have I
God.
done?
As you look down at this mutant that has no face, instead just has a full skull for a head, it reaches out and it grabs your ankle. It goes, "Ugh!" and looks up at you. You can't do anything but scream and run to the furthest edge of the wall, away from this thing.
So I was just gonna say I did have the cast iron pan in my hand ready, so I feel like reflexively I would have swung, but if not, fair enough.
Reflexively, if you'd have passed your cool check, absolutely. But
yeah.
you just freak out and move to the back end of the room. But as you sort of look around the rest of the room, you see this sight of dead bodies, some of them more ripped apart than others, and just this mutant hanging on to dear life, kind of just grabbing one hand in the air, using his other hand, as you see now, to kind of like hold his guts in.
When I regain myself, I'm definitely gonna put the guy out of his misery.
By the hammer, what filth and heresy is this? And I would try and basically smash the skull into the ground.
Yeah, yes. You can bring down your sword to put this thing out of its misery with an easy weapon skill check, please.
Oh, fucking hell.
Mate.
Jesus.
It's so close as well.
The target number was 90, and it rolled a 92. Like, it wasn't even a hard thing to beat.
Embarrassing.
That's okay. That is
So
okay.
amazing.
Because this half-dead mutant prone on the ground, kind of under this other body, he tries to sort of dodge out of the way. Even with your clumsy swing of the sword, you still manage to impale the skull and end this mutant's life. The bodies in this room, you see Otto, the landlord, with his guts sort of ripped out. But you see a few other people bound, dead, with stab wounds to them, that look kind of like servants. A halfling wearing chef whites, a few other people that kind of just look like, young men and women, older man. And there's a lot of them down here. It looks as though, several people were injured, dragged from their beds, brought down here and murdered or sacrificed.
You think that these are the original owners of the establishment?
Don't know what's going on with this place.
Did we do something about this? There's an altar, right?
There is.
Or like a shrine.
It's more like a shrine, sorry, yes.
What's up with that shrine? What's it looking like?
It looks like there is a little pedestal. Well, it's actually quite a large pedestal. And next to it, there's like a little column-y kind of thing that a few of these bodies are tied to. But it looks like whatever was on this pedestal, this large pedestal, is now gone.
Seeing the empty space, Daisy just turns to Dominique. Is like, that where your demon came from then?
Where my what came from?
Yeah, your demon friend, the demon you saw. Did you saw a demon?
I did. It was outside. Would it have fit in down here?
It would have. Yeah, this is quite a large area. Would have fit down here.
I have no idea. I don't know how
Maybe
this works.
Able to use my research or knowledge to interpret whether if this is a particularly chaotic deity or normal cultic behavior or something that I'd be able to recognize in my text.
Yeah, please make a check.
I should have my study of religion. Theology makes more sense.
Theology makes more sense, but I will also say history if maybe you've heard of instances of similar things before.
Well, say I'll analyze it from both angles, but it looks like my research may not be so good.
Let's see, research, theology. I'll say with theology. With your theology, that is a success level of 3. As you look upon this thing, it looks as though they have summoned this demon like almost like a statue that has come to life.
I'll probably just, from analyzing and sniffing around, turn around and just bark at everyone. Burn it all.
Daisy shrugs and just starts putting a candle to it. Never will take light.
Oh wait, we are locked in.
Daisy
Perhaps,
hasn't registered this fact. she's still trying to light shit on fire.
You've already started setting fire to anything that you possibly can in this room.
How long is the passage to the trapdoor?
Oh, not
We're
far.
not like miles inside this.
No,
thing or
no.
anything. Yeah, no, we're fine.
What has come forth from today must be removed from this world.
If you insist.
And our eyes may need to be plucked out after the deed is done.
No. Hey, that's maybe another conversation to have, maybe.
I'm happy just forgetting this. It's just
I love how
terrible
calm you are in a
staying it
basically
in.
cathedral of corpses.
Now, Govs, I think maybe we should leave this to the professionals here. We get out of here, maybe go to the closest big city, let them know there's some demon worshippers, and deal with it.
Is this just going to sort of look back at the spreading fire on the altar? Just be like, I don't think there's going to be much evidence left in a few moments.
Give me a perception as you look across the room.
What level challenge?
Just whoever wants to, just a challenging perception test from everyone.
I've rolled one success this whole game.
Oh my god. That's across the board failures.
Mind is on higher things.
All of you fail as you sort of thinking about, well, I don't think there'll be much evidence left. As you sort of begin, as this room begins to engulf in flames. Should anyone wish to spend anything to succeed? This will probably be the last one of the last chapters.
I'll spend my resilience.
As you say that, Daisy, you look down and you actually see behind this this plinth knocked into the corner, kind of just under a body, as though it's knocked backwards, what looks like a little statue of something.
I will go over to it. Be like, wait a minute, what's that?
And it's a strange greenish stone.
Daisy, don't touch that.
So beautiful.
No, it's not. Mr. Warrior Priest Man, what is that?
Why, it's surely just a cultish knick-knack or heretical
Curio.
As you look at it,
it's nothing that I... Yeah.
you realize, as you're sort of saying that, you realize it's the it's a statue of the symbol of Zench, the changer of ways, the architect of fate. It's a chaos god. It's a statue of
I
a
would
chaos
let
god.
out like a large scream / pointing at Daisy as you're reaching for it.
So it kind of like paws, hands, flying away from it. What is it?
Did you touch it?
Yeah, I probably would have.
It feels cold, but nothing happens.
What?
I'd come over
No, but it
with
was
a bit of
beautiful.
like cloak, wrap it, and you're like, this must be destroyed in a more appropriate manner.
All right, it's getting smoky in here. Let's take it up and just leave. Start to make their way back upstairs.
I make a point of not ever touching it with my actual hands.
I will unlock the trapdoor and not go first.
Survivor's instinct.
Served me well so far. It served all of you too.
At this point, the cellar is filling with smoke as the bodies and fabric downstairs have obviously caught ablaze, and the fire's starting to rear up.
Pains me we have no time to bury the poor boy.
Boy, there's so many dead people here. Okay, sure.
The fire will purify this land.
You are.
So are we going to use the horses, or you want to take the raft? Which one do we think is going to be quicker?
I struggled with beast and boat.
I know my way around a horse. I'm sure I could have someone ride with me. Well, then again, I don't want to do too much damage to the poor horse, depending on how many there are. How many horses were there in the thing, by the way?
4.
Perfect. There you go. I'd say horses.
At this point, as you sort of make your way up the cellar and into the tavern room, the fire bursts up and then actually explodes a little, as it seems as though the fire has entered the cellar and booze down there has caught alight.
It's consequences of our actions.
And now smoke is completely billowing out and filling up the tavern.
Daisy's just going straight out the door, and or dragging anyone who seems like they're not also going straight out the front door.
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah, let's go quickly. We're giving a big old smoke signal here.
As you sort of rush out the front door and into the yard and kind of look, it's like, okay, the cellar's around there. You realize it's just as dawn's breaking now, and you see 4 figures on horses galloping up the road towards this building and towards you.
That can't be good. Yeah, look to
Must be
Rudolf.
the town guard.
Probably struggling under the weight of the statue. Just be like, just leave it.
Can we tell who they are, or?
Can you give me a perception,
Far away.
please? Challenging perception.
Yeah.
Nice.
Marginal failure.
Oof. They're figures on horses. They have cloaks, capes. They appear to be heavily armed.
Daisy's
Daisy.
very perceptive.
Nice. 3 success levels with a challenging success. As you quickly look, you realize that these 4 figures on horses are indeed road wardens. You recognize the shape of the hat, the same as the uniform that Hans was wearing.
Road wardens, the same as that Hans fellow.
Father Rudolf, Father Sperl, do you want to talk to these lovely men?
I'll probably like gesture a wave over, obviously, to Watto, and ask for their aid or yell out to them.
Yeah? Nice.
See if they respond.
You hear a female voice shout back, "Halt there! Do not move!" As these horses get closer. And then they get to the front fence. And they see that the gate is locked. As they sort of stop on their horses and kind of rear back a bit. "The tavern's on fire!"
My hands are up.
"Why is the fence locked?"
That will need to be explained, but the side gate is unlocked.
They all have a look around before riding back around to the side gate and entering into the yard. And they trot up closer towards you. And as they all sort of one by one jump off their horses, they draw their weapons and begin centering in on you.
Put my hands up and go, whoa, there's no need for that.
There's every need for this. All of you get down now. Weapons on the ground.
Yeah, look, what you really want to be doing is be hunting the demon that they summoned in the basement here. It went that way, I'm pretty sure.
Almost ignoring you, one of the other fellas says, one of the other road wardens says, "Oi, oi, hold it right here." And he begins running towards Hans and flips the body over. And you see the face and body is mangled, but there's clearly still the uniform of a road warden there. And he pulls a sword back and says, "Murdered a road warden, did ya?" And they all sort of...
Listen, just listen for 2 seconds. No, he was clearly killed by some sort of animal. Look at the wounds. We didn't do that. Look at our weapons. It wasn't us. Okay? Now, I did kill that guy over there, but he's a demon or a mutant or whatever.
One of them sort of scratches his head.
Any of us would even look like we have weapons, like, because my weapons are knuckle dusters, so they're in my pocket.
That's true. I think probably
the
Rudolf...
The large woman has a frying pan.
Yeah.
Probably Rudolf and
I
Dominique
have
would
a
be the
short
only
sword and a
ones.
buckler, but that's it. And I did put them down, but also, can I use charm?
Oh yeah. I mean, if ever those times.
I was also hoping to use charm.
You each can use charm, but the situation's not looking great for you. So I am going to see, as the tavern's currently on fire, I am going to make this a hard difficulty. Please.
Okay, then I'll spend a point of resilience and I roll a 1.
Amazing.
I will do the same.
Does Rudolf put their weapons down?
My sword is so long that it's like I use it to walk with. Like if you see my little picture,
Yeah.
sort of,
Like
it'll
Gandalf
be stabbed in
staff.
the ground regardless.
Okay.
You wouldn't take an old man's
Just
walking
leaning on
stick,
it.
would you?
That's clearly a massive sword, but okay.
So I'm not holding it in a way that it would be armed or like I've not got two hands on it swinging it in the air.
As you, Dominique and Michel, as you sort of throw your hands up, they look at you and realize that you don't look like bandits, the two of you. We have a soft, pretty boy and a young sailor. But they do move in, two of them, as this woman sort of puts her weapon away and looks at you. The others move in and do begin patting you down. And one of them finds on, is it Daisy
Can I try and
Doubles?
sleight of hand to keep my brass knuckles out of the way?
Please do. Give me a sleight of hand. That's just an easy difficulty for that one, because they're pretty small.
Daisy does
Boom.
have a. Oh, nice.
Nice. Yeah, you. Outstanding
13.
success. Astounding success. Daisy does have a big sack of sterling silver.
Yeah.
And one of them, as they pat you down, remove this big sack of coins and sort of throws it on the ground in front of the others. And then this woman looks at you and says, "Oh, so it's true. Seems like we've got a couple of robbers here. Is that right, is it?" And they look to Michel and Dominique to explain.
No, of course not. Everyone in this building is dead. We didn't kill
By
them.
your
They were
hands?
killed by the other people in the building. No, except
What,
for that
who are
guy,
also
but he was
dead?
a mutant. And he attacked me first.
What?
What?
So what you're telling me is that some people killed everyone in there, but then they also died, and then the building caught fire, and then you just happened to survive with a bunch of coins.
No. I think I literally just tell them the truth and say like they're all dead, but and we took their coin because they were all dead.
One of them, sort of believing you, sort of goes to put a cloth up to his mouth and sort of run into the tavern, but sort of runs back out. It's like it's all smoky, and they begin to cough.
Trust me, you wouldn't have wanted to see what was down there in that basement.
Demon.
It's better this way.
And they
Better
summoned something, and whatever it was, and I tell you, it was a demon. It killed your friend. I saw it do it.
Izzy's also going to kind of look over at Rudolph and look kind of questioningly down at the, parcel in his hands, or at the statue where it is. I know it's bundled up and rolled up. It's sort of like just kind of looking at it, looking at him, just sort of raising an eyebrow, like, are you gonna mention that, or is that a secret thing? Not saying that, but that's sort of like what her look's conveying.
I'll sort of reveal that I'm a messenger of more, but this is like very much above my pay grade of the rank that I'm in, and explain that we need to get to the nearest civilized town, I suppose, to inform them of what is going down here, and that this land, although needs to burn, much more around it, I'm sure, has been sullied and infected.
The woman in charge, who's sheathed the sword, she gestures to everyone else to kind of put their weapons down, and she says, aye, you're right, we need to get to the next town. But in terms of what's happening to this land and what will happen to this land, you're not in any position to say that at all. But all of you, bloody hell, all of you will need to accompany me to the next town and, clear up this whole affair and deal with it in a proper manner.
That's agreeable with me. Anything to get us the hell away from here.
So, all right. Then you hear the horses begin to sort of freak out and neigh again. Smoke begins to sort of billow out of the tavern.
Oh, Daisy will be rushing for those fucking horses.
Yeah, same with Mikel.
Need not suffer. Surely we can take them out of the courtyard.
Dominic does not move and just fully expects someone else to get his horse for him.
Yeah, Daisy would come back with 2 horses and like just unconsciously have picked the like fancier or nicer of the horses for Dominic, or like the most calm in like attitude.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
just unconsciously knowing that he was better than her and getting him the better horse.
And he
Beautiful.
unconsciously takes it and does not thank her.
Nice. Yeah, you've got this
She consciously
beautiful.
noticed that.
You've got like this beautiful, like, you know, Arabian horse, while everyone else has these big draft horses. They're like huge.
Thanks.
And as you sort of get them out and
Fully
get
does
ready
not
to,
even, like, realize. It's like he just thinks it's just this beast. He has no idea that it's actually a nice animal. It's like, ugh.
the woman looks at you all and says, right, you're all going to accompany us. We'll be behind. Well, I'll be leading the way. These 3 will be behind. If any of you try to break or run, please be advised, as they all kind of like, you know, point to their guns at their hips, say, we will fire.
Can we be more specific? Like, if we are attacked by a demon, does the dynamic change?
I think this is one of those play it by ear situations. But
Yeah, that's you are the person holding the gun. Though,
if you try and run from
maybe
us,
think about it from our perspective.
if you try and run from us,
What if you are being eaten by a demon?
then you're running
Sir,
from the demon.
The law officer, sir, can I just say one thing? From our perspective, we're just thrilled that you're here, and yes, please escort us away from this fucking nightmare of a situation.
Can you tell that to your boyfriend here?
Oh yes,
Look,
I would never just. Oh, that's.
imagine
you,
that Daisy
you are
and
funny.
Dominic are looking
Funny
at each other with like just equal amounts of pure disgust and like terror at the idea.
Oh, Dominique is like laughing. He thinks it's hilarious.
And
Useless on a farm he would be. Look at those little arms. Couldn't do anything. It's not a man. It's not a.
It's the beginning of
Never.
a new spin-off.
It's the original Odd Couple.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. But as you sort of mount these horses and sort of make your way out of this this tavern that is currently on fire, you're escorted by these 4 road warden who don't question you. They kind of just ride in silence off to the nearest town, a full day's travel away, leading all of you with them to clear up exactly what happened here and why, and possibly figure out where this demon got to that is hopefully currently not ripping limbs off people.
I mean, it's not ripping off our limbs, so who cares?
I'm very concerned.
Nobody died.
No,
Surprising.
Close though.
I suddenly had a real panic when you lit the tavern on fire and we were trapped in it after I said it, and then realized when I was looking over my dooming was that I would die in flames.
Yes, I know.
And
That's
I was
amazing.
Like, oh no, prophecy is coming. So I was getting silent, thinking, "Oh God, what are you going to throw at us?" But the flames will find me another day.
And like self-fulfilling prophecy as well, because it was through your own hand. Of, like,
Yes.
so, oh, that's just incredible, amazing.
Yeah, that's true. It is what my description is with No Way Out. I cleanse myself and the heretics in holy hymns and fire. Lots of
That's
fire.
so
Is
brilliant.
my dimming.
Just
So
muted
good.
Seconds ago, when you were first saying it, I was just beside myself. It's fucking. So good.
I was hoping that if you didn't eat the that was really how I was thinking maybe it would end. It's like if you'd actually interrupted the summoning ritual and just set the whole thing on fire, I'd be like, yes, burn the heretics. Amazing,
Yeah.
guys.
Times.
Yeah, I like once you get past a lot of the there's a lot of meat to get through, but once the game starts playing and we start understanding the roles, it's a lot of It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of
Yeah, like it's a bit crunchy, like with all
Yeah.
the just the layout and how it. But like, yeah, as you said, once you kind of like get on a roll, it does sort of flow through. Yeah, you really treasure those successes when they happen.
Yeah, definitely.
so punishing for most of it.
You're always more likely to fail than you are to pass. So.
Oh
Yeah, well, that's it. Unless you've got above a 50 in something, yeah, exactly.
Literally, the only thing above 50 for me was gambling.
And well, you succeeded.
Yeah, worth
It
it.
was your one
I had
gambit.
charm, consume alcohol, and gossip at 50, so it's not all very useful.
Also, to be fair, we spent most of the session passed out, and there wasn't really much combat in the end.
Yeah.
It was Dominic who saved the day.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes, and no one see it. I was in
Yeah.
suspense. I'm just like, fuck, there's nothing any of us can do. We're all trucked up. Like, how is this gonna go? And yeah, I've nailed it.
Well, I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. That wraps up this one shot of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. And I guess I'll see everyone next time on RPG Quest when we dive into a brand new system. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks very much, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.